Perchance. This is a very glorious welcome. Hello, OC. How you doing? I hope you're having a nice time and that the weather is good, and also that you've had a lovely breakfast today.
Alright, you're recording?
Oh yes.
Alright. Hello, everyone. My name is Markiplier.
Oh, hello,
You
everybody.
may be wondering why I have gathered you all to such a grim place. It is because I wanted to repeat the same dumb joke I made last time. I don't remember it. Anyway, there is much to do, so hello from your missing GM, and let us get to it. First, yes, you are supposed to see everything you can see. Second, yes, you are supposed to be able to control and even see the stats of the enemies on the map. This is so you can fight them if you choose to, and not due to any paracausal nonsense for once. Otherwise, you can instead choose to defeat them using triggers. More on that in a moment. You can choose either approach on a per account, per encounter basis. Third, if you want, you can go ahead and place yourselves in the deployment zone, or you can wait until prompted later. I mean, we're already here, so. That said, here's how overcoming these robots with skill triggers will work. Using applicable triggers, you'll need two success, two successes. Thank you, Lucy. If you can find a creative use of a trigger that wouldn't normally be used in a combat situation, and if Strider likes it, aka if, which yeah, do something cool, and I'll always approve it.
All right.
Is like 100% my method of GMing. And it's not hack or fix. Go ahead and use it. For each
Okay, that
you can
changes
do
my
something
answer a
cool.
little bit.
You can do something cool, but you can't use hack or fix.
At
That's the
all?
important part.
What if I need to hack or
I
fix
guess
something?
I let's see. Um, I guess in the if you're using a skill trigger that isn't hack or fix, because um, like to do something creative, like I don't know, apply fist to faces or charm or something or other.
What if I fix something creatively?
I,
What
I,
if
I
I were
think I
use
think the
duct
idea
tape?
is that the bar is much higher for using hack or fix creatively.
Right. So hack. So I think how he's explaining it is hacker fix generally seems to be like the standard skill trigger of dealing with these. But if you want to do like something cool and something crazy, then
You
yeah,
can also pull in
you'll
some
be able
other
to go
things.
ahead and do that. For each failure, two different party members take 1 damage each, though someone can play the martyr and take both hits if they want. For this reason, you'll need to roll the checks one at a time. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm just not reading. Immediately after this, he says, no using hack or fix. That's been rolled enough for one campaign. Thank you very much.
So,
Eh?
so if the idea is that I do notice the sentiment before. If the sentiment has been that we just can't use hacker fix ever for hacking or fixing things, should I just like get rid of it next
I
level
think
and
it's I
replace
think
all
it's
the points
I
with
think it's
invent or create?
I think it's just for this encounter.
I see. This makes me feel like I should be inventing or creative and that I've done a bad.
Using it outside of combat is a-okay. Analog heart emoji followed by
Oh.
kissing face with heart
Oh,
emoji.
I see. That makes it
Okay,
so
so
much
we
better.
can
I
use
get
it
it now.
for we can use it to actually hack or fix things. You just can't use it to like resolve
Yeah.
the combat.
Yeah,
I get you. I get.
That makes
Yeah.
so much sense. Thank you, OC. I thought I was uncertain and feeling hesitant and unreassured, and then the heart really helped. Continue.
Okay, so that's pretty much his his intro to the whole thing. Now we can get to the campaign proper.
All
Yay!
right. Hey.
As you leave the battlefield behind, Ursula reports bad news. A deckhand accidentally caused a feedback loop on one of the damaged engines. While the thing didn't explode, it did melt several things, including the poor man's hands. They're in medical right now, but that means you'll need to flag about 12 tons of salvage if you can find that much. She'll send in a salvage crew, most likely led by you guys. Pull it out once the area is clear.
Hmm.
That said, it's still a small trek there. But before long, you find the location that may be found on the ship's sensor. As you approach, your mechs report that a file has requested to be uploaded to them. Scans report the file to be a harmless picture. Um, yeah, scans report the file to be a harmless picture. Does anyone open it?
That seems dubious.
I mean, my first thought is to like quarantine it, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you're like the guy. I can just give you Tia and you can sandbox that a bunch of times.
Yeah,
Open it up in a
isolate it,
VM.
check it out.
Yeah, open that in a virtual machine in like the maze within your Manticore, and then just give it to Tia and let her chomp on it.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so you open it, Dirt.
Sure.
All right. Opening the file, you discover that it appears to be a map of some kind. There does not appear to be any other useful data from the file aside from the map.
Okay. Cool. I assume that's the map we're looking at right
Yes.
now. All right. I'll
The source of the
share with the team that it seems safe, and here I think is a map of the facility we're about to.
the
Oh
source of the
wow,
file
it's
seems to
quite the
be coming.
place.
The source of the file seems to be coming from a small metal hatch that is mostly covered in sand and dirt. It is only slightly wider than a typical human and a bit rusted. It splits down the middle with handholds on either side of the divide. Under the handholds are the words DG Lab 3. Opening the hatch, however. What? However, since the hatch looks rather rusted, it may be a bit of a struggle to open.
Hmm. Well, if this is the place, I feel like Jixie's gonna like. I mean, we can't go in there in mechs, so I feel like she is going to go her classic route. She's gonna try to armor up, get in the hard suit and do all that cool stuff. And she's gonna like pop a saw out of one of the leg bits, and then go, "Oh, wait a minute, we have six," and then just like look over at her.
What? Okay, I know I'm strong. I mean, I know you like looking at my muscles, she says, just flexing her biceps. I
You
can give
do
it a
not
shot.
see Jixie's face. She is wearing a helmet. You, like
Why am I in active mode? Hold on.
Like, I like the idea of you doing that, and the response is just like nothing, and just like camera
Just
cut
nothing.
to camera cut to just armored figure.
I mean, we also have Moray.
Yeah.
I need to get my.
We're also currently outside the hatch, so we've got mech weapons.
Mhm.
Oh, right. Hey Tia,
That's
can we
true.
get a laser at
We can blast this open real easy.
So, Logic, how do you. Wait, what mech is Logic in right now?
Uh, Currently the Amber Phantom.
Okay, because I was literally about to ask, hey, Logic, can you apocalypse rail this thing?
Oh no.
I don't know if there'd be a facility left after that, but
It would certainly get the hatch
salvage,
open.
salvage.
the hatch would definitely no longer be an obstacle. That is certain.
This is silly.
Well,
Point blank
Uh,
orbital bombardment.
Got a. Oh, I guess I've got the thermal knife.
Oh, there you go.
I I mean, I also have lasers. Dixie can just like signal to Tia to do like a low power blast at the. I guess my laser is a bit bigger than your laser. Now that I think about it, your laser and knife might be the smarter approach.
Thermal knife is
Yeah, I
probably the
think
most
there's more
contained way to do
control
this.
over that.
Yeah, fair. Dixie will look straight at the blast though, because she can. Like the not blast, you know. She'll stare into the laser beams. She's got goggles
Mm.
for it. I
okay,
took the
just,
pilot equipment to let me do this.
just
Okay.
if you have, if you're gonna make an attack on it, just go ahead and roll me an attack.
Shock knife, that's it.
Oh, that's electricity, is it?
Energy and burn.
I don't have active mode up, so I don't know what the. Well, I mean, I do. I just have active for it. Does not have
Oh,
accuracy, but I don't think that really matters.
That's a
It'd
25 on the
okay,
dice.
so
Oh wait,
be a
you,
20,
can I see?
22,
Logic,
Yeah.
which target number would be 5, I'm pretty sure, so.
Yeah. Also, I'm just like slowly cutting through the thing, so an attack roll feels a little.
well, I mean, I just would did it for because just for funsies. But like with a crit,
Yeah.
you basically you're like, okay, let me do this precision slow. The moment you put your knife in, the hatch just kind of like immediately melts and just kind of just leaks down uh the little tunnel that it's now created.
Uh,
Six looks a little disappointed that she wasn't able to show off her awesome might, but is still nonetheless impressed that your shock knife uh did that.
I guess I'm used to using it on sturdier things.
With the hatch now open, you can see it leads to a short ladder that ends in a set of stairs going down. Before heading down, is there anything else you would like to do?
Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, having a map is curious, but I can't think of too much.
I don't think I have much to do outside, given their objective will be down there.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone just goes in.
Going in.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Jixie will also, approach the ladder, try to grab it by the sides, and I mean, if it's a ladder and she's in armor, I think she's going to end up just kind of sliding down with a plunk.
I mean, I think I barely fit in there, so I'm kind of scraping my.
She will try not to land on your back.
It'll be fine. Very sturdy.
Once you reach the bottom of the ladder, you can see the stairs quite quickly lead to a small corridor that ends in a simple metal door. Deadlights can be seen all along the ceiling. It looks like the kind of door that slides sideways to open.
Well, and have my weapon at the ready. Try and open it.
Alright. Well, you ready your weapon and you approach the door, and immediately as you approach the door, it slides open and a series of lights turn on.
Suspiciously convenient.
Beyond the
This
door, you see what it. Go ahead.
oh, this place has power. I I mean, I guess it makes sense given we caught it in sensors in the first place. But how is it still running? Fusion
I mean,
generator or something?
you can build things for long term ability. I'm just a little surprised it would be active and no one's here to greet us.
Hmm.
Honestly, the weird thing is it's sending us a file immediately.
That is also odd.
Yeah, I'm. Oh well.
Just someone wants us here, and
Six.
it'll be up to us to find out if that's good or bad for us.
Six just kind of smiles and just like, well, they're inviting us. It would be rude not to accept the invitation, she says, cracking her knuckles.
True. We don't have anywhere better to be.
How metallic do those doors that just opened up look?
It seems to mostly just be really just simple, uninteresting, just set of metal doors.
Standard sci-fi construction.
I think Jixie is going to stare at one for a slightly odd amount of time and go, I feel like we probably shouldn't start scrapping immediately, but I really do feel like this could I could make something out of this.
We're here to clear the place. The salvage team comes, and we'll probably be on that too.
Hmm. Not.
The audio isn't bleeding through, or maybe it is. Either way.
Well, I
All right.
guess
Beyond the
weapons at
door,
the.
you see what appears.
Continue. I was just gonna say we should poke our head through.
Okay. Beyond the door, you see what appears to be almost a lobby of some kind. There are some chairs, some tables, and a door that leads beyond it. Is there anything you want to do before heading in. A reminder that you as the players have a complete view of the map. So if there's any questions,
So number one here is the lobby.
as you walk in, an automated and almost tickingly cheery voice chirps up. Hello, Mr. Grant.
Oh.
Hmm. No biometric scanning. I guess he never expected anyone else to find this place. Is there a terminal here?
Let me let me finish. What is as indicated before, this room seems to be a reception room of some kind. There is little of interest here, unless you want to take some chairs or a table. That said, all of the chairs and tables in this room seem to be in good shape and only slightly dusty. It's likely they haven't been here all that long, all things considered. It's the chairs and table also look good enough that they can be tagged for salvage.
Hmm. Well, Shixie is definitely marking that down.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, sure.
She'll she'll make sure that she's doing good on the note keeping, you know?
I assume we should tag everything we find, and then it will be like up to the second group to decide what's actually important to take and
Yeah.
what's like redundant or unnecessary.
Yeah. I tagged those doors.
Logic is just going to respond to the computer with a hello. What? Hello, what is the status and condition of the compound? And just to see if it gets an answer.
There seems to be no response.
Hmm. I mean, that's fair enough.
What's the point of a greeting voice if it can't even answer you?
Vanity, maybe.
It could be like some kind of failsafe, maybe? Like, what if there is a CompCon or NHP that runs this place, but it's stuck?
That's a lot of speculation.
Oh, I
I guess I can't say it
suppose.
definitely isn't.
Or maybe the
That or it's
microphones
just
here
someone
it's broken?
who doesn't like being talked back to.
Mm, that I would believe.
Um, all right.
What is
So
up with the terminal here?
you at least tag the chairs and tables, correct?
Yep.
All right. All right. So after you do all that, the door on the north end of the room slides open to reveal what appears to be a large display showing what looks to be a map. Do you proceed?
I assume the doors to the east and west are sealed.
For now.
Sure.
All right, Derp. As you move forward, you hear a loud, screeching, robotic voice that just screams out, "Safety above all."
Okay. What direction did that come from? Oh, hello.
The gross overabundance of metal limbs comes scrambling towards the party, screaming its designation over and over again like some demented and not very much not pocket-sized monster. Oh, I get it. I get it. Ha 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 ha
Uh,
ha. So there is a giant robot spider coming after you.
hmm.
Uh-huh.
There sure is.
Well, that's bad. Um,
How do we want to deal with
Oh,
this? Is
I've got
the
the
question.
sniper rifle.
you sure do. I feel like
Yep.
shooting it in the skull is a decent
Yeah,
approach.
All right.
I had to take someone out at one point, but then I
I do.
replaced it like a fool. I think you should go for it.
Um, does he say what the? I'm going to assume it's you either roll a. Okay. Okay. Yes. So how are you attacking it, Necro?
Shooting it in the head with a sniper rifle.
Okay. Roll me an attack.
Now we're doing attacks or pilot triggers.
Um,
I think
I
that's what we
guess
have to
since you're
decide.
using, I guess since you're using a weapon, do you have a pilot? Is there a
Yes.
pilot trigger for?
Take someone out. Kill or disable someone quickly and quietly.
Then okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead and roll that. Okay. So you hit this thing square in the eyes, and the bullet seems to kind of tear through its mechanical head a lot, and it falters for a moment. However, just before you think it collapses, it manages to keep itself upright as it screams in a bit more staticky, "Safety above all." Would anyone else like to make another attack?
Um,
Uh,
I'm gonna
sure.
try something
Go for it.
dangerous. I would
All
like
right.
to broadcast, and I have something I can use for this. I've got a sound system, baby. I don't know if, I mean, it lets me play music and stuff. I don't know if that would be enough to argue that I've got good old speakers on my power armor, but come on, you know she does. She brings the thing to events. I think she would like to blast those out, and I want to roll investigate and ask, at who's safety? Just to see if that gets me anything.
It just repeats itself, "Safety above all," as it's trying to attack, but the
Hmm.
damage object did to it is kind of keeping it from. It's trying to attack, but the damage that object did is kind of just like forcing it to maintain its balance instead of
Okay.
actually attacking.
So it's basically on the floor then. Um,
Yeah,
well, I mean, what is it just kind of like scrambling on itself over and over?
kind of. Yeah, you know how a like how a spider kind of just like jerks its limbs when it's in like.
Yeah. Um, I regret my mechanical decisions. What would I I mean, I'm assuming someone else would do better than me at this point then, since my idea did not work, but if I were to just shoot
Wait, what
it,
were you?
I wanted to try to
I
get
mean, yeah.
information out of it, but I don't think it can do that at this
I
point.
don't. I don't think.
I
I
mean,
don't think this one knows a whole lot.
if you wanna still roll another like pilot skill trigger to attack it, you can.
Well, I don't have attacking skill triggers. I had at one point, and then I changed them around because of stuff. My skill
What do you
triggers are
have?
Act Unseen or Unheard, Hack or Fix at +6. Most of it went to that. Integrate at +4, Investigate at +4, and Stay Awake While Dreaming at +6. So I don't think this thing is conscious, and
Mhm.
I'm not allowed to hack it. So I, I mean, if it is on the floor, I might
Yeah.
argue that it could be neat if I could plug some cables into it, maybe, and get in there and get it, just
I
like
think
turn
that
it
might be a
off.
once we've. I think
But
that might be a once we've incapacitated it kind of thing
yeah, that's what I'm
because we've been
thinking. I don't think
specifically for.
it's.
If we hadn't been specifically forbidden from using hacker fix, I'd go with that.
Yeah, that's
What does integrate do?
investigate, which is what I just tried to do
Oh,
by
investigate. Okay,
blaring
okay, okay.
speaker noises at it. Which I think technically might not have been correct either.
Oh,
There's
okay.
probably another skill trigger, but
Do you want me to just shoot it?
just shoot it.
All right.
I have all
Oh,
these
mess that up. All
guns.
right.
It is a little unfortunate I cannot use them. I'm trying to think of how I.
So that is a 2 on the die.
Wait. Are you rolling a skill trigger or an attack?
This is assault. What's a skill trigger?
I just want to double check that doing that one failure.
One failure, I think, means like we take a couple points of damage, right?
Right. I just want to make sure what he's saying here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you try to shoot it, and even though it's practically helpless, your shot just kind of ricochets off of one of the more reinforced um, limbs of the thing. Six will then come in and try to give it the finishing blow. Yeah, so she just quickly runs up, just grabs one of the chairs, and just right over it just to deal the final blow.
There we go.
So yeah. OC doesn't say okay, he says that we get 2 tries. I'm
Okay.
going to say that's 2 times to fail.
Oh,
Not
okay.
just like one succeed, one fail. I'm gonna say you either hit 2
Gotcha.
successes or you hit 2 failures. That's how I'm going to say it works.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Um,
So with that thing dealt with,
After 6 deals the final blow, suddenly a very different voice comes from it as it stops its horrific screaming. Hello, Mr. Grant. Let us start at the beginning. No need to do the rough robotic. No, no. No, no, no. in parentheses. Fine. And you're sure this is necessary? Yes. Memories are foundational to our psyche. So to transplant your mind, we'll need to tell us what you can recall of your life. Fine. All my life, I've been a very cautious man, even as a child. My sister and I were abandoned by my mother to my addict of a father. He was unstable and prone to abuse and intense overuse. We didn't eat much, and my sister, who was older, decided to become a surrogate mother to me. How terrible. I don't recall asking for your opinion, nor do I intend to hear it again. Understood. The recording dies down, then begins to play again, clearly on a
Actually, can we salvage?
Yes, you can.
All
You can
right.
salvage both. You can salvage both the robot, and you can also attempt to recover the recording.
Sure. That might be a hacker.
I will. Yeah, out of non-combat hacker fix should be good.
Allowed to do those. Hey, that's a much better roll. There we go.
Oh yeah. Yep. So you easily download the file that seems to just be called safety above all.
Okay. And then I'm gonna pile the robot carcass onto the chairs and then just like tag the whole thing for salvage.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm also going to just briefly check this room to make sure there's no other surprises in here.
I'm just going to assume that this green guy right here is dead.
Yeah, or like it's a copy or a
I
bay or
from
something for the robot.
I cannot click on it,
Yeah.
so I am assuming it is not there.
Okay. You know, I'm assuming that too. That seems it doesn't have a health bar.
Right.
And
So
with that
green.
done, I'm also going to check the other room.
Okay. So Derp, as you go into here, this room and its twin across the way appear to be designed as a lounge room. Couches, comfortable chairs, and even light reading material fill this room. Oddly, there seems to be no form of electronic entertainment in this room of any kind. And while the room across the way has been completely trashed, everything in here is in good shape. Blah, 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 blah. Everything in here is in good shape and good for salvage.
Tag that too, I guess.
All right.
After that, I'm going to rejoin the team, but I'm going to let them kind of make them.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to blow my nose and get some water, so I'll be right.
And I never got to it, but this first room here, before you got ambushed by the giant robot, also has tech. It's likely safe to say that it's likely safe to say this big thing right here. I believe it was supposed to be a map. Yeah, it's likely safe to say that it's a map of this place. It shows not only that this is apparently a fairly extensive complex, but it also shows your current positions as well as the positions of 6 other marked objects in the complex. For each of you, it shows a heart, and for the other 6 objects, it shows a gear with a most unusual name under it. There are no names under your icons. So yeah, um, basically what this map in the center room is basically the map you all see.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel kind of bad for the poor things. Like, I wonder what this spider was even here for. Just defense or cleaning or I don't know.
It sounds like it was supposed to be some kind of security robot,
Hmm.
though didn't get a chance to do much security.
Uh, yeah, I mean that tracks given the name. Why a spider of all things? Menace, I guess. That sounds like Grant.
Well, we should probably keep an eye on. We should probably keep an eye on our corners. If what this map says is true, there's definitely going to be a lot more things we're going to come across. All right. Then, Ajay,
Yep. What is
you
this?
entered this room. The central area of this area appears to be a small garden of some kind. Unfamiliar flora populate it. Those see, I understand how he wrote it like this, but it's just like unfamiliar flora populate it. Um, if you want to make a quick scan on it, it really won't cost you nothing.
Sure.
Yeah. A quick scan and a check on Omninet reveals that it's all native to this planet and region. Perhaps that would explain why it's still alive, albeit barely. Despite the still working but dry hydration system around it, it was perhaps at one time fairly pretty, but now it's very low. The corridors that wrap around it are lined with workstations, though it seems all of the station in question have been cleaned and wiped of all data.
I return.
There doesn't appear to be much here. There doesn't appear to be much to do here, other than admire the formerly pretty flowers.
Hmm.
Right. For the most part, the only way to go is forward. Also, but oh, wow, she's so big. She's so big. Whatever. 6 is just like 10 feet tall, I guess.
There you go.
Good for her.
Yeah. Oh. Right. The corridor ahead is lined with what appears to be bedrooms. Outside of each door, you can see what appears to be 4 slots on the walls that perhaps once held nameplates or something like that. The corridor splits east and west. Which way do you want to go?
Uh, well, I am looking both ways before picking one.
Given that we have a copy of the map, my inclination is to check east first because I think that's the smaller zone.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing actually.
Yeah,
All right.
that's fair.
But
Let's go to the labyrinth.
is there like nothing noteworthy down the hall to the east? Okay, peeking around that way with a gun.
uh, as you peek around the corner, you see a kind of hulking metal monstrosity kind of just aimlessly walking about. It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
What is it? Like,
All right.
Oh. No, I really need to finish
Weird.
I really need to actually read through this whole thing.
Finger
Yeah,
claws.
for the most part, it seems to not notice you at the moment. It just kind of. Oh, oh,
Uh-huh.
and it just goes back. Oh,
Another robot up ahead.
Don't really have a chance to sneak by any of these guys.
Shoot it.
Probably just shoot it, yeah.
I don't see why
Okay.
not. I wonder if they're linked to some kind of system? I doubt it. It's probably all autonomous.
I mean, they might have some kind of connection basis, but I don't know if that would. I don't know if like severing or affecting that would disable them.
It'd be nice if there is some kind of central point we could get to, though.
Sure would be, but it's very possible they designed the place without one. Let's not rely on it and hope we.
There's also a chance the places that we need to go are behind those monsters.
Yep. Well, I also want to clear out as much as is reasonable for the salvage. So.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll just aim center of mass this time.
Yeah.
Alright, roll. As you aim center of mass, you line up your shot, and immediately as you line up your shot, it seems to take notice of you as it starts screaming, the eyes are empty. As it begins kind of like hurriedly storming down the corridor, and in its frenzied state, kind of makes it just harder for you to line up your shot. So when you finally fire, it just unfortunately ricochets off of its chassis.
All right.
Could I use spot to try and see if I can like find and then shoot a weak spot? Because this seems big and maybe kind of armored.
Sure.
It.
All right. As he gets closer, screaming, "The eyes are empty," you see that he does have a weak spot, kind of just slightly higher above the chest, right where his throat is. You
Hmm.
managed to just, even in its frenzied state, you managed to just line up a clean enough shot to kind of hit it, and it goes, "Oh, the eyes are empty," and it starts stumbling back. Six will then run up and attempt to
Flying kick.
make flying kick. Dynamic entry. Yeah, so she runs up and just like Liu Kang flying kicks this guy. He is like right before he goes, "The eyes are empty," and she kicks him and he goes, "The eyes are empty,"
All right.
as he kind of just crumples into a mess of metal and wires.
Excellent.
You know what? I want to do
Logic has
something
just
with
come
this
flat on the wall and
corpse.
started reloading.
I'm gonna poke my head this way just to make sure there's not to the left, just to make sure there's not other robots or anything coming up. And Once it
So,
seems like the coast is clear, I want to
as
investigate the corpse.
sure. Either way, Six is bringing it over. As she brings it closer, you can hear some kind of audio coming from the robot, just like the spider.
All right.
I do not enjoy this. I understand, Mr. Grant, but it needs to be done. If we are to transfer your mind to another host, we have to pre-build it as much as possible. Is that what your theory says? Yes. Fine. Then I'll repeat myself. When I was young, likely 7 or 8, perhaps older, my sister died in an accident. I held her while she was dying, and I made the mistake of holding her when I did. It was a grisly death, the kind that I think people pay very good money to forget and not to have to recall again and again. I anyway, it what? You are sure all records will be erased, yes? If not, I will have you and a great many people you know killed. Yes, I am very sure. Fine. Then I will admit the event installed in me a fear of death that became problematic. Thanatophobia? Yes. As before, the recording dies down before playing again from alllll.
Hmm.
If I wanted to
Now,
grab this one too, would I have to roll again? Or
just the same hack and fix.
okay.
I actually want to poke around in this. I might get it from the same stuff that good old Murray is doing, but I had a theory that I outlined about these guys being connected to this place, and I might as well see if I could figure out
Well, how
if
about
they
this?
are autonomous or not.
I'm gonna try and get the file, and then you can poke around your heart content.
Yeah. Sounds
I did
good.
not get the file.
You do have 2 attempts if
Oh,
Jixi
okay.
would like to make another attempt.
Yeah, sure. Gives me something to do. I could do per 15. That's higher. I don't know if it's good enough though.
Right? Yeah.
Generally, 10 is
Um.
the
Yeah. Try
cutoff.
to
Oh,
do it
okay,
with
lovely.
success. So yeah. After a little bit of an issue, you do manage to recover the file. It seems like after the first time Moray tried and failed, it was set on some kind of self-destruct. But immediately after, Jixi was able to recover the file before it did so.
Oh, no, can't have that. I think I've got it. I'll just. And then she just sends it to you.
Anyways, and then any
And I would like to see if I can do further poking arounding. Is there a way that if I could figure out if this guy is on a network, or if like how is this guy operating? What is up with this dude? What are your directives, and why are you so corrupted?
I just want to see if there is anything he actually wrote. So, salvaging through the bot, which also the bot can be salvaged. Um, from what you can tell, these things don't seem to be all that automatous. In fact, they seem to have just very simple functions of just patrol. If they sight something, they attack.
Are they feeding that information back somewhere? Can I tell that, or would I could roll additional rolls if need be.
From what you can tell, it doesn't seem to.
Okay. So, simple guys just walk around. Can I
They
tell why they
seem
are weird? I can also roll other things if need be.
weird how?
Like they keep saying the eyes are empty and um you know safety safety and
Safety above all.
yeah, and well, I do respect those philosophies. I do know that my robot friends aren't going around chatting about them. Tia, what do you think? Holographic dragon message that just goes rar rar rar. But yeah,
The best you can probably the best you could probably surmise is whatever simple AI these things were installed with have degraded over the time since they were created.
I see.
They
I mean,
probably even even with even when they were in pristine form, these things didn't don't even look like they were capable of any kind of relevant speech speech function anyway.
Okay.
tentatively, based on what the recordings, kind of assuming these are like test bed trial chassis for a brain upload.
Oh, that would make sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And they're either the result of a flawed process or because they're just testing models, like these ones don't have the full capacity for what they were trying to do.
I
Hmm.
really
And
don't
so they
like
end
what
up
that
very
I think
implies.
fragmentary.
yeah, I think I think so far I think you'd be able to surmise that
Mm-hmm.
these may be um tests for implanting a human consciousness into another body. It's
Yeah.
just that these things look. I guess
So that's
the
not great.
easiest explanation would be that these are incredibly failed subjects.
So
Flawed prototypes, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Do
Flawed
they have
prototypes.
any kind of wireless capability whatsoever? Like
Not
any
that you can
antenna on
tell.
this guy? No, he doesn't have Bluetooth.
No,
Hmm. Okay.
they seem to just be very simple made. At least like, well, not simple, but
Like
roughly
not even
made
Wi-Fi. So you'd have to
um,
plug into,
prototype.
and it makes sense given this. So yeah, prototypes. Upload. They have an upload process. Like the idea is, if this is the theory, and I'm assuming we're discussing it in character. If the theory is that we're uploading
Mhm.
stuff into them. Do these guys got ports?
Uh, Almost certain. I would assume most robots.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, I've got ports. It was a thing that Jixie got her legs going.
What are you thinking?
I am thinking.
It does look like that they have one, but it looks absolutely rusted over
Hmm.
and generally unusable.
I feel like it would be a bad idea to.
Especially after Sex kicked this thing
Oh, I know
into
that.
its next life.
I
Hmm.
definitely hear that aspect of it. It's a puzzle, though. This thing. It's got audio recording. Does it have a
I
microphone?
would say let's keep going and see if we can find like an actual like terminal or console somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does it have any kind of input
Quest-
devices whatsoever? It's got cameras, surely.
I mean, yeah, presumably it's got visual and audio, so at least one of them.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out
quest-
who.
Questions for later.
Questions for later. In the meantime, I want to drag this one over back to the lobby.
Sure.
Pile up the robot carcasses in one place.
Who are you? Who are you?
There.
Oh no.
What's up, Necra?
While they're all doing that, Audric's just checking all of these side rooms.
Hey.
Okay. There's only one that seems to be of note. This one right here.
Hmm.
As you enter it, inside you find a human woman, dead on the ground.
Oh,
Decomposition would place the corpse at around a couple of years old.
oh.
The walls of the room are deeply gouged with all manner of writing, though most of it is complete gibberish, and the rest appears to be attempting to use complicated math equations to communicate and threaten. Wait, what? Okay. The walls of the room are deeply gouged with all manner of writing, though most of it is incomplete gibberish, and the rest is what appears to be attempting to use complicated math equations to communicate and threaten. Not a few, not a few equate to 14, which is then looked at upside down, which looks like an innocent high. However, there is a few 01134s here and there, but those look and feel much more sinister in tone, but all of it was clearly written by a manic hand, and all of it seems to have been done at roughly same time by the same bloodied hand. It seems likely the author of this insane writing is the deceased woman on the floor. Near her is a scrawled note in the same terrible writing.
Hmm.
Right?
Is there any kind
No.
of ID for who
Section
this might
note.
be?
That was the other thing I was going to look at.
Yeah. Jixie will look at this and go, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah.
Ugh,
Uh,
kind of reminds me what happened to Mandy.
What do we find here? Oh,
yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any kind of identification, only just the crumpled note.
Okay. What's on the note?
All right. It reads, Grant killed me. I broke my promise and Grant killed me for it. They they laugh at me. Yes, I agree I earned this. I hope something out there can forgive me. I see now why the first contact accords are so strictly don't don't break them. They in my head? In my hands? I don't even know it's real anymore. I hate you, Grant. I hope you choke and die on your money. Please, someone, somewhere, forgive me. I I don't deserve it.
Is it signed?
No.
Hmm.
I would guess
Examination.
tentatively that this is the other voice on some of those recordings.
Most likely.
That's well, that sucks.
We just have to find a facility roster, and we can probably have a decent guess at who this is.
Hmm.
Well, no reason to hang around
Alright,
here.
well, there is not enough material here to count as scrap.
I assume that's true of all the cabin, the quarters.
All in all, you might be able to scrounge together a bed frame.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it.
All right. So after that, you can head back towards the west, or you can continue to the east to room 6. Hey, that's me.
Logic stays behind for a moment. It's going to kneel down.
6 kind of kneels down next to her. How you
I'll
holding up?
forgive you, whatever your name was.
Okay. All right, so we're continuing to room E.
Continuing east.
All right. So heading into room 6. This room is very, very damaged. The walls are mangled, as is the floor and ceiling. What few lights that are not destroyed. I didn't- Get my music back on. This room is very, very damaged. The walls are mangled, as is the floor and ceiling. What few lights that are not destroyed flicker as they struggle to maintain a steady color. There is also blood everywhere. Piled to one side, near the ripped open door to the south, is what is likely the furniture from the various dorm rooms. It seems they were piled to block the door, but were thrown aside when it was blown open. The bodies are found in the bedrooms to the north, up here, about 12 or 13 or so. It's not really clear as most of them were mangled beyond recognition. There is a trail of blood leading down the broken south door and into the room beyond. Despite the carnage, there is sufficient material in here for salvage.
Uh, hmm. Dare I ask what is salvage?
Seems to at least mostly just be the wrecked furniture.
Okay. Or I guess maybe it's like the room is so mangled that there's like exposed
Yeah,
parts of
yeah.
it that we can pull out.
Broken lightings, torn wires. I mean, all of this, even in its damaged state, it'll be repurposed and turned into something.
Hmm. Tag it, I guess. Move on. Cautiously enter
Of course,
this.
if you want to get the, of course, if you want to salvage the bodies for your cans of Nutrifuel, now with dark meat.
Oh,
Oh, no.
put some long pig into the engine.
Something, blood is fuel.
Oh no. Not again. Um, Given the lack of number, I
So,
assume there's nothing waiting for us right here. So the next room to check out would be this cabin right here.
right. Um, Inside this room, you see the remains of some poor soul. Without testing the DNA of the subject, it is impossible to know its sex or even identity.
Oh,
Resting on the floor, partly broken, but still working, is what appears to be a video recorder of some kind. It likely only needs some power.
Oh.
uh,
Well, we've got that, surely. I bet I could plug it into my heart suit.
you could try that. That would probably be easier than plugging it into the walls, so sure.
Okay. In
Fun
that
enough,
case, I extend a
you
cable.
can plug it into the wall.
I don't.
Hey,
I guess I will plug it. Here's what I'll do. I will pull out a cable and I will make sure that data transfer on that cable is off. There, it's safe now. I'll
Check it
charge
out
it.
before you download anything from.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch
all right.
shoulder them.
So as you plug it into whichever orifice you choose, either the wall or the suit,
Suit.
the recorder pops to life after a little bit of charging. Though it appears the data within is mostly corrupt. What's in it begins to play. In its The video shows the same room you're in, and a young human male is recording himself. He is panicked and terrified. He holds the recorder out at arm's length. The doctor's protocol backfired, and now it's more like a virus. The data storage robots are. The door behind him flies open as a robot not yet seen blows it open. Its smiling human face screams, "Trust is a word," as it dashes into the room with the human. The recorder is flung from his hand and smashes into the wall as the recorder shows the robot open its mouth and pulverize the poor human to a pulp with an acoustic barrage. Oh, Lord.
Acoustic barrage?
Acoustic barrage.
It basically opened up its mouth, hit it with some bass, and he
Yeah.
just turned into chunky salsa.
Shouted so hard his ears popped
Huh.
out of his
Yeah.
head. Oh yeah, except this. Hold on, this body was unrecognizable when we came in here, so he got
Yeah.
completely mangled.
That's horrible.
It then turns. It then turns and dashes out as more screams are heard. The recording continues for several more minutes as the sound of metallic tearing, heavy objects breaking, and the screams of the dead and dying fill the air amid cries of "Trust is a word." After 3.5 minutes, all noises but the robot's screaming stop, and the recorder catches the now stained debris covered robot slowly making its way to the south. It then continues to record. The From what you can see on the runtime, it seems to have recorded for at least another 40 hours of just like dead static until it dies.
Hmm.
Is there any
Ready to turn it off.
metadata on how long ago this was? I mean, it's recording, right? We've got.
Unfortunately corrupted to the point where you can't exactly make out the date of when this was recorded.
Hmm. Well, I feel like it would make sense to try to keep this recorder. We could dissect that in the future. And that video recording in particular is curious. I think Dixie's going to say, how horrible. It's always something horrible with this. I I mean, that looked and sounded a lot like what we've seen so far. You think it's still around and kicking?
I don't think we can rely on it not doing that,
Hmm.
but I don't think this really changes what we're looking at. So just
Well, no.
Be ready for a surprise attack.
So, prep your eyes, or I guess your ears? The whole audio thing, acoustic attack, why would it have that? I mean, if these are test bodies, what, did Grant want to blow someone up with his voice?
I mean, it could be an unintended outcome of multiple factors combining. Felt an urge to attack, and the only tool it had was a sonic option, so it improvised.
The Sonic option is interesting, and almost, I wonder, I wish we had, okay, this is awful to say, but I do kind of wish we had more than just it doing that, and I really don't want to have to rewatch that footage, but I wonder if I could figure out what it's doing there.
I mean, this man was no soldier, so I don't think we're gonna get like most robust intelligence. Someone stuck in a terrible circumstance.
I think
Out
I'll be
of
able to figure it
character,
out.
I have had a thought, but I don't know precisely how to pull it off. It seems like the
All right.
sort of thing that doing beforehand would be smart, but or like trying to prepare beforehand would make sense. But I don't know.
What are you thinking?
Well, I talked about my fancy old speaker system a moment ago, right? I'm trying to think about the limits of that. And I think it would be cool if I can either try to replicate this and see if I can make my own speakers do that kind of thing, or B, um, develop some kind of counter melody, Like, do the thing that a sound suppression headset does, where it automatically plays, like, the inverse pitch sound or something in order to make it not exist. Like, real
The
time
second
detecting.
one, I feel like you could probably improvise reasonably easily. You just have to be willing to watch the recording.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that, like, is intriguing, and, well, if we do. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Just in case, depending on how long it takes, and if we're scrapping this room or something anyway, then I think I would like to try to do that. See if I can get, like, Tia to help out with just, like, take the recording. I don't know if I would be able to get it onto my own device at this point, but if I can, then scrape that here, crop it down a bit, see if I can open that bad boy in my my musician audio mixer software that I installed on this thing, because again, I take it to events and snip that out.
I mean, that sounds like Inventor Create.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, if I've got the permission for it, I'm going to give it a go. How's a 22?
Hey.
All right. Remind me what you're doing again.
I am trying to sneak this take this audio recording and then with my speakers try to implement the principle that noise canceling headphones use of being able to like play the opposite sort of like pitch sound. It's
Phase
probably
Right.
yeah, phase inverted. That's it. You would know because you're an audio engineer.
Yeah.
And
So
see if I can.
yeah, with a 22, you just from looking at alone and looking at the video alone and like your general like experience with audio equipment, you could really easily at least recreate the sound that this thing made. However, the pulp making effect, you may need to
Yeah,
salvage the actual thing.
yeah, that's an equipment feature.
Oh,
Not
there we go.
exactly my biggest fan. I mostly want to see if I can like lessen the violence if it were to come about.
Yeah, I think with the inverted version, you can probably counteract it somewhat.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah. It may not be perfect because the recording probably isn't perfect, but
Yeah, there's a lot of problems here.
If you
But
can dampen it though, like that might be enough, even if you can't fully counter it.
yeah, and I've got Asura in HP and Tia on standby, so we can figure out the timing.
Hi, OC. I'm giving your players new weapons.
Yay!
Hello. Well, this is like a counter weapon.
For now.
I've been trying to figure out. I keep
For
asking
Give
you
it
now.
all these
time.
questions because I want to figure out how to scramble these guys.
I so out of like out of character, I'm crossing my fingers and this. So everything I'm saying is coming from me. He wrote none of this down.
Oh.
I believe it.
I've
Got
been
to
all
improvise. No,
these
no battle plan
all
survives
these
first contacts with the
yeah
players.
all these questions you've been having, it has kind of
Oh, I
mostly
know.
just been like off the cuff.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
You. That is how it works.
That is how it works.
Yep.
We smiley face, winky face. But okay, cool. Rigging this to the speakers and just like, well, just in case. And rest in peace.
under under her breath, you almost six just I can't help myself. Under her breath, she just goes pieces.
Oh, dang. That's.
All right, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna move on. All right.
Is this like some kind of
To
force
room 8
field?
then.
I figured that was like a staircase or a ramp, but
Oh, that
Yeah,
would make
I think it
sense.
is mostly just this staircase.
No, let's see what I mentioned that.
question: is this door open? The door to the south of.
No.
Okay.
I'll put my head in here anyway. It's got these domes. I like this like dome feature.
Little semicircle.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up with
So
that?
heading into this room, this appears to have been a general purpose common area. A few items of mild interest lie here and there. Likely some formerly personnel per, likely some formerly personnel criminal formerly personal possessions, others for general use. This room is in fairly good condition, albeit it was clearly left in a hurry. There is, however, a scrawled note lying on the floor.
Pick that up.
Alright, reading it, it says, "We were ordered to keep no records of here, but that doesn't matter now. If anyone finds us, and we didn't make it, this is what happened. About 50 of us were hired under classified orders to work with a woman we could only call Doctor. Our task was to develop the tech. Well, our task was to develop the tech that would allow a human to transfer their mind into a. The writing suddenly stops.
Hmm.
So whatever he was going to say was cut abruptly, but most likely by the giant screaming robot that turns human beings into chunky slime.
Lovely.
Yep.
Any bodies or well, salsa in this room?
No, I think they're all. I think they're all up
Surpri-
here.
This room is surprisingly clean,
Hmm.
I think they made it out of this one.
and a lot of the equipment is in good enough condition that you are able to salvage it.
All right, mark this one off.
No, anything interesting here? Like, it looks kind of like there are computers. Are there any like terminals as well hooked up to stuff?
It seems
Possible
that they're
not.
hooked up, but for the most it seems like they're hooked up, but for the most part, it looks like that anything that was on here has been plugged, and it's basically just like you know those old school like DOS prompts? That's basically what they're reading now.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that lines
I,
up.
I assume this was also like a non-work area, so if there is anything, it would probably not
Right.
really be related to what's going on here. So, like, useful for salvage, probably not deducing anything.
Right. This is probably like you come down here, open up the computer, play a little bit of solitaire, play a little bit of Doom,
Yeah, you
get killed
come
by
in
a Doom
after
monster.
a long day of work, like turn on the TV with some pre-recorded thing or a movie or something,
Exactly.
chat with a colleague,
Yeah.
get
The
murdered by screaming,
several yeah
the daily
several
grind.
grant propaganda videos.
No, I assume they have like actual entertainment in here. Just how often they get to use it is the open question.
Mhm.
Well,
All right.
on
Yep.
to the next one.
Okay. Heading into room 9.
This one's also very domular. When I said the domes earlier, this is what I was referring to. This one's looks like it's in a bit more of a messy state.
Judging from the several plates of long rotted unfinished food, this was clearly a
Hmm.
dining hall.
Oh,
Lining the walls are additional chairs and tables, hinting that this space was likely used also as a place for large meetings. Is my music bleeding through?
I don't think so.
occasionally, I think.
Okay. Um. However, there's a section near the northern side of there's a section near the northern side of the entrance to this room that is heavily damaged, with a few pulverized bodies mingled and mixed in with the warped and destroyed tables and chairs.
Hmm.
There is, at least, despite all of the blood and gore caked on most of this equipment, it is salvageable.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is what I want to check also because there might be like, if there's any sort of like food for long-term storage, because I don't know how often they'd get resupplied. There might be something salvageable from there, but also any the equipment itself could very well be usable after you pressure wash it. I'm assuming this is another like room with some salvage, but not a lot else to find.
Yeah, it's mostly just plates of rotting food, rotting bodies, and just some equipment.
Yeah. Well, one room left to check.
Well, as you
Here.
well, can you go back to where you were? So, as Object, you begin exiting the room. A deafening assault on You hear a deafening assault on every conceivable frequency, and at many devastating decibels erupts forth. This door down here just completely rips off his hinges, flies towards you, barely misses you as it comes out screaming, "Trust is a wound."
Well, there it is.
Oh no.
We found it.
Oh
Yeah, can you
no.
do something about it?
So about that counter melody you have there.
Yep. Um, popping that, and I don't know if I'm allowed to use the Sarah protocol on this body, but I am gonna push all my systems there if possible. Just kind of jump in the way as much as she can,
Yep.
and then blast what she's learned.
It already, yeah, yep. It already seems to be like it's like you can see it geeing up for it, like leans back. It's about to like belt out some killer screams, all killer, no filler. And what was the
I
Inventor
rolled
create?
a 22 at the time. I can roll something new if you'd like.
Yes. I would say in this situation, we'll roll kind of like dueling check.
All right. Do I roll with Inventor Create or do I? Am I? Am I enough
So
of a musical hack?
you've created this thing.
Okay.
It's your freedom to use whatever skill check you want for it, for what you think is the best situation.
I fair enough, I guess. I don't know what that implies, Holly. Uh, I
You
mean,
can what skill triggers do you have again?
I've got Act Unseen or Unheard, which I'm doing the opposite of. Hacker Fix, Inventor Create, Investigate, and Stay Awake While Dreaming. I think Hacker Fix or Inventor Create are the ones that are most relevant. I think it would be very
I would
funny.
say in this what were we gonna say?
I I was just going to say that I think it would be very funny if Hacker Fix technically counts because of the sabotage requirement that it mentions. But I don't know, and I think OC is probably not very happy listening to this.
I will say use inventor create since that's what you use to create something.
Yep, that makes sense.
You invented it and now you're creating a disruption.
All right. Well, heck, I like that.
Now you're
Uh,
making use of something. Hey,
23. Thank you, roll 20.
All right. So this thing leans forward, it screams at you. It screams towards Object as suddenly not Object, Jixie, you come around the corner and just it's like you could practically see the audio waves in the air clashing with each other. However, you two you at the frequencies you are both at, it is a dead stalemate. I'm gonna need another roll from you.
Okay.
It also it you like I don't think there's anything specifically for like I'm gonna say in this situation, like you rolled like a 27, but it also rolled a total 20. It
Mhm.
really doesn't matter. I don't think it really matters. Like the number past 20 for
Yeah.
like the success rate. So yeah,
Quick,
it's kind of just like a dead smell.
Yeah. Someone shoot the thing!
yeah, I was gonna say, can I take advantage of the fact that it's currently in a
Yeah,
sonic
I was gonna
duel
say
and like take a shot at it?
as
Yeah.
it's in the sonic duel with Jixie, you can see just barely a spot on its head that seems to be just the perfect target for a shot.
All right.
As you're lining up the shot, you see, whoa, okay. As you begin lining up this shot, you see that the robot is screaming louder and louder, and you can see the audio waves starting to overtake Jixie's equipment. And just before it's able to fully like hit her, like before it's completely able to fully overwhelm her, you line up this shot and hit it square in the forehead as it begins screaming, just screaming, belting out sonic waves everywhere, destroying equipment as it starts staggering back. It's still up, but it
Ugh.
is completely stunned.
Hmm. I mean, should I follow that up then?
I
Sure.
feel like it
Yeah,
makes
I'm
sense.
pretty loud.
Right. Oh, That is a whiff. I'm rolling terribly.
6 is going to come in, and she's going to try and basically push it back into the room like a big shoulder tackle. Okay. So she tries to charge it, but just as she's about to hit, this thing just immediately catches its footing, grabs her by the shoulders, lifts her up, and goes, "Trust is a wound," and you see her push
Oh
all the
no.
way back into the room.
Here. That's two failures then.
Um.
I don't. Unless
So
unless
I think
my
okay. So
15 was a failure.
no, that was.
Just
So I
continuing.
think that the two fails. I think so. When I read it, the two failures were only for the data salvage, the recording
Okay.
salvage. Um,
Okay.
it's all been worded weirdly.
Well, I
All
So
right.
I'm
think
just gonna
Mer-
let
I
get combat going as uh it's starting to gear up for another scream already
yeah.
after blasting 6 away.
Jixie is going to do her best to advance forward and like line something up for Murray.
Mhm. I mean, are you gonna try and deflect it again?
Sure, but I assume that Murray is going to shoot it in the head or the face or the
Uh,
mouth.
you know what?
Okay.
Honestly, since
Okay.
since since the gun didn't work the first time, I was going to come in with the claws this time.
Oh, makes sense.
Mhm.
See if a heavier hit works.
Maybe maybe I give it the flanking bonus. Wow.
I
Rip
mean,
its
so are
head
you
off
rolling again, or should
before
I
he
just roll?
yells. I feel like it makes sense. I mean, Strider did prompt me, so I will go ahead and roll again.
Yeah.
My roll is a 22, but I feel like you should get the claws.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. It belts out another scream, and you're able to successfully deflect it again.
Okay, come on, not a bad roll. Okay, that's not a bad roll.
All right. As you are able to get your claws into it, you you feel that you've cut through something important as it kind of just its legs underneath it just goes out.
All right.
It's kind of struggling to even balance, but it's still conscious where it's about to belt out another scream. Project, would you
Goodness.
like to make another attack?
Sure.
This thing's tough.
Waiting on
Oh,
the roll. Yeah.
whoop. Oh, whoops. I apparently did a GM roll. It was a 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's good enough.
So as you line up, it's about to belt at the second scrim, and you finally line up the shot. You fire, and it goes right into like its mouth. And as it screams, "Trust is a wound," the audio blast kind of implodes in on itself, and its head explodes.
All right.
Oh, heck yeah.
Logic
Dixie's
shoulders the gun and goes to check on 6.
yeah.
She is. She's definitely made of sterner stuff than like a bunch of lab scientists,
Yeah.
but she is bleeding. Well, first off, she has a head wound from hitting the wall, and you can
Mhm.
also see kind of blood leaking out of her eyes and ears. It's like,
Hmm.
eh, did anyone? We're recording. I can't swear. I was gonna like the. Did anyone get the number of that? Is from another.
She has patch, right?
6?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go reach around for that and apply that
Okay.
wherever she needs that.
Yeah, she basically keeps all of her stuff on like a pouch,
Mhm.
Batman belt.
I think Jixie is also absolutely going to be concerned. I mean, she would have stopped this thing's head in if it still had one, but that is second priority to making sure that 6 is okay. So, she's turning and looking over.
I'll 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 live. I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's good. Good.
Hopefully.
Well, let us know if it starts to get any worse.
I just I don't think I'll be able to hear anything for a while.
Hmm.
Bloody thing. Pretty sure it blew both my eardrums out.
Hmm. Uh, I've had a thought. A thought. Can Jixie, like, detach a personal drone from her suit and have that float out and just like do the holographic display that Tia is on. Tia appears, big dragon. She has 2 heads now. She's blue. You might not have noticed that. Who cares?
Oh,
And she gives a wave before the
I
display fades into nothing, and it's subtitles. And the drone kind of floats near you, and Dixie says, like, uh, is that better? And then the drone beams out, is that better?
what what are you doing?
I'm trying to have Jixie, like, makeshift the display drone that she's been using for Tia and HP stuff to do, like, subtitles in the air to project out the words that people are saying. She'll try to rig it to have different
I
colors for each party member.
She like squints her eyes. Her eyes look kind of bloodshot. She squints her eyes and then she just like, yeah, I think I can see it. Yeah, 9's not here, Jixie. It says like, is this fine or is this okay? Right?
Uh huh, yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh, that is yes, that's fine.
Um, uh, maybe I'll take it easy on the brightness settings or something.
She she begins to get up. She's a bit wobbly legged, but she manages to stand up. I'll be fine. If this was enough to take me out, I wouldn't have gotten this far.
I believe it, but yeah, we'll get that checked out later.
Nod. Uh, Honestly, if that hit me full force, outside the suit, I'd probably be as good as one of these scientists, so I'm really glad you're okay.
I don't want to know how durable my helmet is against something like that.
Well, we're not going to have to worry about it anymore. Hopefully.
I think Jixie will trot back over and look at Murray and find anything about it?
Well,
Since, as always, you are on task. Well, we're doing couple things. Thruple things. Battle
I
thruple.
mean,
kind
you
of
guys seem to have six covered, so I
almost
kept an eye on this.
almost immediately as you ask that, Jixie, you hear a little blip coming from the wreckage. I apologize, Mr. Grant. I thought it was recording. Please, once again, how long did you live with your father? Seems you are prone to oversights, Doctor. Fine. I lived with my father for more years than I ought to have. I had thought I was doomed to live with him for the rest of my years. But in my mid-teenage years, a sister of his offered a seasonal employment opportunity to me. Both and my father were all too happy to have me shipped off for a few months. And what was this aunt of yours like? My father's sister was about as different from my father as one could be, up to and including her finances. So she treated you well and was wealthy. Correct. How long did you stay with her? Until I learned the truth about my sister's death. Pardon me? I stayed on after the season ended and lived with her until she died. When I was 17, I learned that my sister's death had not been an accident. I had been ready to let it all go. The anger at my father, the anger at her death, all of it. But then I discovered that it was my father who killed her with his bare hand. He had merely framed it as an accident at the time, and I believed him. From what I recall learning, he had intentionally and severely overdosed and had tuned his abuse to me. She stepped between us, and thus she died. Shortly after learning this, I hired an assassin to kill him. At 17? Correct. I made a point to be there when it happened. I wanted to see him killed. I will admit, it changed me. In what way? In such a way to allow me, a year later, to kill my father's sister to acquire her estate and assets. Even though she trusted you, at 17, when I learned that trust is little more than a wound. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Title drop. Well, I'm going to try and get this one too.
Alright.
Messed up.
Nailed it.
Oh, wow. I mean, I guess that explains Grant.
We are certainly learning. Whether it'll be useful is an open question.
I mean,
Something
honestly,
to look into once we're done here.
I should send this stuff to my mom. I wonder if she'd have any psychoanalysis on this. Ah, I don't know if I can call him a freak. I mean, he is now, but like that would mess anyone up. But to this extent, eh.
Right. Well,
I don't know who hasn't got that thought about killing their father.
Fair enough. I don't have one, so I can't say.
I don't have to worry about that because I just have Mama.
Oh,
I
you're.
mean, I
That'd be
haven't, but the more I find out, the more I feel like I had the best family life in the galaxy. So
Hey,
okay. So I'm
my.
not quite the only one with a father. Got it.
I mean, I've said it before, but my moms are pretty good. I'm
Yeah,
sorry about your family, Logic.
okay.
I'm going into this next room to see if there's anything worth salvaging.
So heading into this room, it seemed to be a kitchen. It was once a
Hmm.
kitchen, including a sanitary station and disposal system. It is now little more than a shredded mess of bodies and metal. There is absolutely nothing here worth salvaging,
Okay,
aside from the robot.
too
Yeah.
mangled, too mangled by the yelling. I'm gonna start the process of dragging the robot back to the.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it that's doing the whole Sonic thing? I feel like investigating that could. Well, yes, as cool as it would be to build the dubstep gun, I also kind of wonder if there's a way we can glean why it might have that. Just like any back end information, maybe the way it was wired, is it originally set up to be a voice box that was just a bit overtuned, or I don't know. I would like to see if I could learn about this thing if possible, and if not,
Sure.
yes, see if I can hook it to my
Roll
speakers
me
and
a
just figure something out.
roll me a hacker.
Okay, I would love to hack or flicks. I rolled a 10. That's a very big
Okay.
number.
So from what you can tell, it seems to mostly just it's made just like the others, have simple commands and simple executions. This one was definitely built to. It might not have been built for assault, but from what you can tell, it's was definitely built to have a much more advanced speech pattern than the others. Unfortunately, it looks like there was generally no off switch for the level of volume and decibels it could get to.
I see. Just overtuned then.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know if this would be allowed given my poor roll, but could I extract the thing?
Give me one more.
Alright, cool. 20 on the dice.
20 on the die. So, in theory, you can. I say in theory because the majority of parts that were used to create the effect was in its head. And its head was,
Ah.
well, imploded on itself.
Yeah, not fantastic.
Kind of had to break that to stop the yelling.
A little bit.
You
This is
you
expected.
can retrieve the majority of its head. Whether or not you're able to salvage uh, that effect from its destroyed parts is another matter entirely.
Mm. Mm. In that case, she'll just point to that while Moray's dragging it and say, dibs on those bits. I want to experiment around a little bit with it later.
Hi,
I,
Ocean, giving your players new weapons.
I think Ursula gets first dibs, but I'm sure you can talk it out. So yeah, I'm just gonna be.
Yeah.
Funny you mention that, 'cause it sounds like the exact kind of thing Ursula would love. I don't have to throw the wrench at people, I can just
Yeah.
yell at them and hurt them now.
Oh, there you go. I'm just thinking like, if we need that for ship parts, I think that goes to ship parts. But if it turns out we don't need it for
It
ship
is
parts,
about to be midnight. We've
okay.
gotten this whole half of the wing done.
Yeah, well, we got the entrance. We got the entrance in the east wing.
The entrance in the east wing. Do you want to continue um, to the west wing, or do you want to stop here?
I'd be game to.
I'm also game to continue.
Okay. Necra, how do you feel?
Uh, Indifferent.
Okay. Okay. We'll see where we can get to.
I think that Bard will tide over comms. I think that's exactly why she shouldn't have those parts, you know? Like,
Hey, wait, I'm not the one you have to convince.
I really feel like I've gotten on her good side lately. I've taken all my ripping up floors and walls talent, and I've been kind of putting it to a good use. But
Uh-huh.
You can put that to the test when we go back and talk to her.
I, she's scary.
Correct.
Okay.
Are these like hollow pods?
Right.
Or like sleeper
Heading
pods?
heading into room 10. There's a chill in the air as you step into this room. Readings indicate a cold 7 Celsius, but the chill is not wholly physical. Some bad things have happened in this place. To either side of you, you can see cryotubes, a couple of them empty, one on each side, but most seem to have something inside.
Oh.
Upon taking a closer look, you can see the east side of the tubes have humans within. On the west side are androids. Next to each human tube is a readout that is still functional. All red, the one on the human side, all read that the humans within are still alive. Next to each android is a simple display that says inert.
Hmm.
Well, I kind of want to get them out of there, but I also kind of want to clear the place.
Yeah, I
If they're
mean,
not currently.
Beyond that,
I'm very
go ahead.
curious about these cryotubes.
Beyond that, this room seemed to be a general purpose office space. A large table with chairs around sits in the south, and there are some semi-cubicles, likely for solo work. Beyond that, various machines, tables, and other such things sit around the office space, making it for an ideal, if slightly cramped office. And as you're exploring, you see, you hear, whoosh, 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 whoosh. An absolutely massive robot just kind of clunkering around. It is completely unaware of you, though its head is scraping the ceiling.
Oh.
Hmm.
And the ceiling of the room seems to be just shy of 10 or 12 feet. You hear from it. Acquisition of funds. Acquisition of funds. Deposit Cromer.
Well, I mean, now they're just repeating everything from the recording, but it. I do kind of wonder if it's like an objective, you think?
How do you mean?
I don't know, like maybe it got its wires literally crossed and it's looking for cash currency.
I mean, I think they're all stuck in various kinds of loops. This is one that just happens to more resemble a goal. All right, who wants to take a big shot at it?
Acquisition of funds.
Oh my god! Really?
Take your shot for profit.
Term. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Okay, so
I'm normal
sorry.
now. I just.
I was I
You
was
can't
having
just.
too much fun.
You can't just
What are
slip
you
that in
doing, Magic?
there.
I'm shooting it.
There we go.
All right. So you see this hulking monstrosity on its backside has a lot of open areas. So as you line up your shot and tear through it, it kind of stumbles for a bit, but it's so big and clunky, its head gets stuck on some of the roofing and it stands upright as it immediately turns towards you
It fails to
as
completely
it
fall over.
begins as it begins screaming money, 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 money.
Oh, I don't like that. It's taking up half the room.
Sure is.
I. Hmm.
As it's moving closer, it uh it is aiming a very not nice looking arm cannon at you.
Boy.
That's bad.
Well, I'm thinking I might run in, try and put, because this thing's vaguely like mech-sized shaped.
Mm-hmm.
I have training in anti-mech tactics. I've kind of like a history in that. So I'm wondering if I could invoke my background to get a point of accuracy on an assault check, because I've done this before.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Rare. So that, then that. 13. That barely passes. I'll take
All
it.
right. All right. So what do you do?
So the idea here is I've got big claws designed for tearing at metal, and I'm an infantry, and this is a big thing, so I'm going to go for his joints. And I'm going to try and
All
cause
right.
it to like tumble and be unable to aim, and just generally like do as much damage as I can.
All right. As you tear through its joints, its legs give out completely, though it's built as such that it's still upright. This thing is just such a towering monstrosity that in every way conceivable, it's just built to just stand up straight.
I assume that I've torn out the joint, so like it can't walk very well now, but like it's just that stocky.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like it's on its knees, but it's still like you can see like you hear a this arm cannon is starting to fire up.
Hmm.
Six is going to come in and attempt to deal the finishing blow.
Get it.
I
So
have a
as
thought if this doesn't work.
hold on, go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, well, if we could avoid
I
things
want
getting thrown back again.
okay.
True.
I want everyone to at least do something before I have to do something.
I mean, that's fair, but um, my thought is not a purely offensive thing. I'm kind of playing tactics and support here. And my thought is that if this guy
Okay.
loves his good old money a lot, I did establish that I set up a drone that's repeating stuff I say. So, and that we say, more or less. And so I kind of wonder if I could have, like, I could just say, money, cash, dollar sign, and have the drone project a big dollar sign and get his attention or draw him away from shooting one of us or something like that. I don't know if that's
All
a
right.
great idea. Um, and
Um,
worst case, if he
roll,
does try to shoot
roll.
someone, maybe the drone can intercept.
All right. Go ahead and roll me an inventor create.
Okay. No. It's a 12, which isn't
All right.
terrible, but
All right.
I should make
Um,
assumptions.
you have to at least do more than a 10, 10 or higher on all of these. So immediately, as you like dollar sign, money, cash, dinero, it immediately stops firing, looks at the drone, looks at you, deposit funds, holding out its hand.
Yixie's gonna like whisper over comms, does anyone have a grenade? Mm,
Mana,
Not
Wilmer,
on me.
deposit funds.
ah. Well, is there okay, this is taking a turn. I need to think fast. I probably cannot find some like coolant core from one of these like coolant pods in time. That would be very excessive. Uh, I
Maybe start on that, but I assume couldn't like
I
complete
yeah,
that all in one smooth action.
I really can't imagine. So, do I anyone have a checkbook?
You give it.
uh,
You can only give it drugs.
um, maybe. Oh.
Maybe just like just give it like a little bit of money.
Do I have money? Like physical cash currency? Do we have like credit chips
I'm
on?
pretty I'm pretty sure we have like cred sticks for like mana or whatever it
I mean,
is.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
just assume it works like cred like New Yen like cred sticks in Shadowrun.
well, that is
probably.
fair. That is cool stuff. So, I mean, yeah, sure. Tentatively pulling out like the equivalent of like $20 and just like looking around at the group, a little bewildered, and placing that in the
I'm
palm.
still tearing into its legs, so I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm reloading.
So do you put the cred
Yes,
chip in its
I
hand?
will give him cred
Right,
chip.
you give him cred chip, and he goes, "Funds acquired, thank you," and he immediately falls over dead.
Incredible.
I
Anyone
didn't
want to
think
help
I'd
me
do
drag
that
this
to
one
you.
back?
You have defeated the robot, but you have lost $20.
Hell no.
Oh,
I'm sure we can get that back.
okay. I'll bill it as a work expense.
It's true.
Working. It's covered.
I
It's
mean,
covered by insurance.
that is technically correct. This could be a tax write-off.
Oh, I didn't mean to move him. I'm sorry.
All right.
I assume we're all going to take a minute to drag this thing back to the.
I I mean the
Oh
fact that
yes.
it's still functional is kind of terrifying. Can I like I'm assuming this guy, just like the others, is too deprecated to try to poke around in, but like I kinda wonder if there's accessible ports. He could understand. That's good. We can use this.
I don't
It,
trust it, and I'm disconnecting its power supply at the first opportunity.
I mean that is fair, but like I do want to keep its like skull. I guess it's just kind of a robot, the same as any others, but these guys are doing
Yeah.
weird experimental stuff, so maybe there's
Are
something
there
cool we can
any
glean from it
Are there
later.
any audio files on this one, or is this just like?
Yep. And so immediately, as it dies, you're ching, and then the audio starts playing. Now that I had finally gotten my financial base, I sought out a company to join that I might gain opportunity and experience. Did you find one? And at what age? 21. And yes, I had to move my home to another location to find it. It took longer than I had wanted, but I found a company. What company? It doesn't matter. What does matter is that my youth had taught me to get what I want. I want the oh my god, I can't read this. What does matter is that my youth had taught me that to get what I wanted, I had to be ruthless and cunning. And so I rose up the ranks in any way that I ever could, in any way that I could. Did you ever do anything you regret along the way? Stupid question, but the answer is no. Many people lost their jobs, but I didn't care. When I was 32, I finally took control of the company. Until that point, expansion and growth was slow. When I took charge, I expanded operations well over 200% each quarter, using whatever means necessary, such as industrial sabotage, abuse of the legal system, murder, theft. It doesn't matter. As long as the shareholders saw unbelievable growth, no one was going to try and stop me. You are the CFO of TTI now. How did you end up there? The company became a planet wide monopoly. And it was about that time when first contact happened. I knew right away that Union would want to create a new ring up there, and that the aliens were likely primitive. So I made
Hmm.
plans to relocate as the company as a whole into alien space. And the war? As it turned out, my planet was close to the ideal launching off point for Union. So I shifted the company to wartime supply and repair. We became so rich that money practically became unlimited. To be honest, I had forgotten about my fear of death until the war came to an end. And what happened? I I was there. I was there when the Union destroyed the whole of Canaan too. The whole planet. Cracked and killed it. It reminded me that I had unfinished business. The recording ends, and there's a brief pause before a new one starts.
My
Addendum. Grant agreed to allow the recordings to be separated into secure drives. He, however, was greatly upset by the idea. Regardless, the drives are to be stored into robots that can and will keep them secure. The second recording ends, and the first one starts once more and it begins to play in a loop.
All right, going for the download.
So the two recordings are
Ooh,
separate
that's a whiff.
files. So oof, you do have two chances.
Anyone else want to try, or should I try again?
I mean, sure. Jixie's already interested in poking around this guy, and I mean, maybe as my hired friend, he'll do.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So
I
you are
gave him
able to
you
salvage the
money.
first main recording. You are able to salvage the first main recording, but now you are still going to need to make a hack effects for the second recording.
I'm less concerned about that one, but try.
We do kind of know that.
Yeah, it is
Well, I got that
information
one.
you all. Yeah,
I mean, it could be good evidence of this place, but we've got plenty of evidence, I think, from our suits, like recordings in themselves, or sorry, like our, the body cams we wear.
right. Yep, and of course the big chunker can be salvaged as well.
Yep.
It's kind of like he's such a big guy. If he was smaller, then maybe we could. Well, he's got a cannon. He's got a big arm cannon. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Sixth
Mm,
will actually help you with this one, getting him back to the.
Oh yeah, no, I'm assuming this one might be a whole team effort. Honestly,
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hooking up my
this is large lad.
tools. Drag. He's gonna get stuck here. Are we sure we can even pull him out fully? Or we're
He's
gonna have to
he's
disassemble
he's
him.
humanoid. We can like wiggle the limbs a bit. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep cutting through those limbs,
Yeah, maybe there's. We could take the limbs off. We could also,
That is
like,
also an option. We could just disassemble them into pieces and then carry the pieces.
surely someone here has experience with just like taking limbs off and folding them up. You could also. I
I
Well,
wonder
mean,
you
if we
were
could like
you
tell
were a
him to initiate
salvager.
box
You probably
mode.
know how to do this.
Yeah. I also wonder if we can initiate box mode and like force him to go into a
so six
portable
just like
size.
grabs one of the.
Whatever.
Six just grabs like one of the limbs and just like rips it clean off.
That works. I think I'd take a little more time to do a proper disconnect. Yeah.
Mm. Jixie watches this and after a moment says, we should probably make sure we're preserving it the best we can.
I mean, this whole thing's just gonna get strapped down for parts.
Yeah, but bits that work might be able to be used somewhat as is.
I suppose. Oh well, I got a trophy.
I sure it may have to get integrated.
Is this the one that had the $20 in it?
Yeah, this is the $20 arm.
Okay. This is
So,
noted, and I think we dragged the guy.
is
yeah,
it reason
at
is
our
it reasonable
most.
to say that we'd like a few minutes later we've shifted the guy over and now we're back in?
Yeah, I could just whoop.
Yeah, there we go.
At our most Jixie money.
True.
All right. I'm trying to see. Doesn't specifically say whether or not anything in here is worth salvaging.
I think maybe the
I would say sort
cryopods
of
once we
maybe the
dealt with the people,
cryopod.
but
Yeah. However, I think pretty much everything else is kind of just like, unless you need like metal for repairs, I would say most of this is just junk.
yeah. I assume there's not a
Metal,
lot usable in here. It seems like
Alright.
metal
not with that big
probably
robot running around.
doesn't hurt, but I imagine the ticket items are going to be like electronics and stuff.
Okay.
I think the things.
Now
I don't think we have to tag metal because the whole thing you can just like strip the walls if you need that.
Yeah,
going
I have
going
experience.
forward, you have going forward you have two options. You can either go north or you can go west. To the north is a security room, and to the west seems to be a decontamination room.
Well, north looks. Looking at the map, north looks both a bit smaller and also security room might be pointedly worth exploring. So that's my thought.
Oh yeah, if there's security room, then we can use that to just. If there is anything remote, if there's pop-up turrets, maybe, you know,
Maybe. I mean, maybe they're just like a rocket launcher. There, we can
that is also
clear out some of
useful.
these things a little faster.
All right.
We're going north.
So,
Okay. This appears to be something of a security room, or perhaps more accurately, it could be considered a check. On the far wall to the north, you can see a half open, secure door with a biometric scanner and an ID card reader. Next to the door, you see a desk with what appears to be a weapons locker behind it. Unfortunately, it is empty. Besides this, you can see that this was occasionally used as something of an overflow for research.
Hmm.
You can see a few scientific instruments that were likely left behind, as well as a few creature comforts here and there. The instruments seem to be the kind that would be used for study of the mind, and the creature comforts include things such as a couple of comfortable chairs, as well as a couple of novels lying about. One seems to be a drama about a forbidden love affair between a voyager and a human. Six, looking at Logic and Jixie. Back of the book, Logic and Jixie, back of the book.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Another looks to be an incomplete but quite thick fan fiction about the lunar dragons.
hmm.
Huh.
Looks like they've got plenty of reading supplies for you, Six.
Six opens up the fan fiction, and at the very end, you see her write, and then Six punches NK's head off, and her Logic and Jixie kiss forever. The end. And she shuts it and goes, "There, it's complete."
Uh, well,
Aside from that, aside
I know.
from the incredible reading material, there is no salvage here.
okay. Can we get through? So the biometric door was that?
Well, let's not
Is that
have that last part be fiction.
Right, that's a non-fiction fan fiction.
hmm.
Wait, do you think people write fan fiction about us? Like, we're celebrities and all?
We're
We'll
public
have to
figures
check
now, so
later.
we can't rule it out.
I'm
So
just
sorry, did you
reading
say this?
over what he's.
Did you say this door was like partly open, or is this sealed?
So a half open secure door. So it's
Okay, so
it's
it's
kind of halfway open. So honestly, let's just
it's probably open enough for us to get.
Six just walks up to it and just
There
full
you
strength just rip like yeah opens the door all the way.
go. Okay, moving on.
Yep, heading into
Okay.
this junction would be uninteresting normally, but here you find a large screen flickering with the words "Contact Accords" appearing from time to time. You also find a handwritten note on the ground behind the desk the said screen is sitting on.
Pick that up.
When you find this, meet me at the garden. I have a really bad feeling about the evac order the doctor gave, and I want us both to get out despite us both being necessary. Beyond this junction, you see a corridor that contains some machineries whose purpose is unclear, as well as a few chambers.
Mm.
Is there anything to investigate with this screen?
No, it just seems to just flicker on and off. It just says contact cords.
Hmm, I see. I'm gonna glare at it for a bit. Moving on.
Evac order is concerning.
Is it more concerning than anything we've seen? I'm surprised if they didn't want to evacuate at some point.
Yeah, it is. It is all told probably the least surprising thing we've seen so far.
Oh, that.
Hey, there's a thing out there.
I guess if that was in character, then she'd be like, "Well, I need more. I really hope they didn't round them all into a room and incinerate them." But shrug.
I think we've seen. I think we've seen the aftermath, unless the incineration room is up ahead.
Still a lot of facility to go. Punch your
I've
finger
got my gun at the ready,
cards.
by the way. I'm shooting at this thing when it gets close enough.
Yeah, which it has, as clearly.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just taking my shot.
Okay. I was
Well,
gonna
Look
see
at
heck.
if he would
him.
actually.
He's kind of
I was
cute.
gonna see how close he would let me get.
That is a 9. That is not good enough.
All right.
Object's got my back though.
Yep. So as it gets close to you, Spider, you immediately begin choking as you feel this invisible force around your throat kind
Hmm.
of just clamp down and tighten just by being in proximity of this thing. But then, just as you start to feel it, Ogic lands a wonderful shot that just sends it careening back.
I'm also gonna stumble a step backward as a response to that. I think
Oh.
because also I've got full enviro gear on. This is completely.
Seeing you react weirdly is of concern, considering your generally impeccable vibe.
Well, I'm still hurtable, so
Yep. Six is going to move forward. Not close enough, and she's just going to.
throw something at it.
Yep, she's going to just chuck a grenade into the room where it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
You'd have
the, the
grenades.
the grenade like lands square on the thing, and you just hear a as it's kind of just blown a a big enough hole is blown into it to cause a critical failure.
Okay. I would like to examine this one, figure out how did it do that? What is it doing?
Man. You okay, big guy? You acted a little weird for a second there.
I'll be fine. It's had some kind of effect. Should I hack or fix, or should I spot that?
I would say either is fine.
Logic
All
also
right.
seems to be interested in this one.
I'm
Has
gonna
no
go for the better
idea
one then.
how
That's a
any of that stuff
24
works
to
as usual, though.
figure out what the heck this is doing.
Hmm.
And if you don't know, that's fine. I'll just like log this and ask OC later.
Yeah. Can you see its effect? Neither.
Yeah, no, I can read. I can read its thing. Invisible choke.
That's just how I worded that.
Huh.
No, I think you did fine. I just I have in character reasons to want to study what exactly this thing is and what it's doing. But you may not have those answers for me. So
Questions for OC.
yeah, I'm gonna note that I have a diagnostic of this thing, and I'll ask him later.
Yeah. Also very funny that it's Gur. Or it looks like Gur.
Does it have like? Well, I guess you'd only. Yeah. Invisible choke. So is it magic or not magic?
Because there could be selective application of force fields, or that could be some kind of paracausal.
Definitely not Paracosm,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
OC said so.
So it's some kind of weird technology thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the weapon I'll be giving to myself.
As you are examining it, the next audio file begins to play.
All right.
I have half mind to kill you where you stand. I understand, but we cannot upload all your memories at once, either into either a blank mind or a machine mind. We tried once with each option, and it caused both to expire during upload. So your best idea is to save these recordings and upload them into your system? No. We are to divide each into its own file, and then upload them to separate storage drives, and then to put those drives into secure locations. Fine. I hate it, but fine. So I guess we continue then. Correct. Very well. But once I saw what happened to Canon 2, it all came rushing back to me. Suddenly I was afraid of death to a degree I had never felt it before. I was non-functional for about a week due to it. So what snapped you out of it? Unexpectedly, finding out what had happened to my mother. Your mother? Yes, the very same who abandoned me to my father. And what did you do? Did you reach out to her? Stupid question. Of course not. I realized that she could be a liability. Not only her, but apparently the many other children she had abandoned like me. Did you have her killed? To avoid having her be a liability and a connection to my past, I discreetly arranged for her and her spawn to no longer be a potential issue. And when did the treatments begin? Not long after that, actually. If it was scientifically proven to extend my life or improve my health, I used it. I didn't want to risk my life on untested things. You want to feel honored then that I sought you out. Not to worry, since it should be that this doesn't work. Everything will be scrubbed and no trace will remain. There's a pause, and then another recording begins. Addendum. Scorpion's program has been completed and will be uploaded. Not sure I'm uploading this addendum because it'll be erased, but old habits die hard, I guess. Once again, as this one ends, the first one begins to play on repeat.
All
Just
right.
like the others, you can flag this for salvage.
Okay. I'm going to try and get the recording. I think that's just.
I love robot parts. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it as well.
All right.
Give me that file system.
Yep.
And then
All
yeah,
right.
we're gonna drag this one back to the entrance. The rest.
Yeah. While we're dragging
And
it, I
then
think.
object as you.
Oh,
Yep.
I was just.
What's
I
up?
was just gonna provide dialogue. I was gonna have Dixie say, while we're dragging it, that. Like, I don't know if I'm enough of a mad scientist to give, you know, critique on their system, but I really don't feel like whatever they would have done here, if they had succeeded, would have even really had grants, you know? Like, doesn't seem like it would have even been the same guy or same thing. No wonder it turned out like this.
Well, that's a philosophy question that he may or may not care about.
Then stick to cloning like a regular freak.
Mr. Grant is, if anything, extraordinary.
All right. Object as
Room
they
13.
go to. Yep. As they go to put the robot back in the main room, you and Six enter this room. This room is marked as Doctor's Research Room. Entry prohibited. And under that, it reads, yes, that is the name of the room. Inside, you see a handgun lying on the ground. Its magazine is empty. It shows evidence of being fired, though only one. Oddly, there are no bullet holes or blood or any traces of a bullet in the room. That said, you can see a great number of screens in the room, though all of them are blank. It seems whatever data they had has been long since scrubbed. You read upon the central desk a stack of papers that read, attention all staff. Both the client and I have determined this endeavor to be a failure. All non-necessary staff are to leave effectively immediately, and are to take everything with them that they can. They are also to scrub any research or work they've done. Necessary staff are to remain until the facility is properly scrubbed and demolished. Doc. With all that said, all the equipment here and in the hall could easily be flagged for a whopping 2 tons of salvage.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
All right. Tag that.
All right.
I'm
And so
reminded,
that's all this area.
as. Oh, sorry.
The, the top half of the west wing is done. All that remains is the bottom half of the west wing.
All right.
As we start making our way out of here, was there anything or is there anything we could do regarding those coolant pods or the cryostasis pods?
I mean, I assume we could try to open them. I
I am curious about such an
I would
endeavor.
say, in theory, they could be flagged for salvage. However, there is the matter of the humans inside. You would probably have to deal with.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
no.
mean,
My thought is open them up first and then flag them yourself.
yeah, I'm not just like,
Like
let's.
like do the defrost procedure.
Yeah, precisely.
All right. Into room 14,
Oh,
or do you want to tag the cryopods first?
did someone else move,
I
Dixie?
mean,
Oh,
Yes.
we can tag them as we go by.
oh,
Okay.
I was doing so, but I was maneuvering.
Right.
Too
Yeah.
late.
Wow. Thank
Oh,
you.
Yoink.
here. Throwing you into the to room 14.
I am pacing around my
Uh-oh.
room as we're talking, so I have to go back to my monitor in order to do that. 'Cause I'm silly. Ah! Just throwing Jixie at whatever it is.
Okay. So immediately as you enter this room, this thing is on some crack as it just begins running around the room, just torching everything it can see with a flamethrower, just
Oh
Oh.
boy.
screaming, "Melt the flesh! Melt the flesh!"
Seems bad for salvage.
It does.
Do I have any particularly interesting things I can do?
I guess we could kill. I've had a thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I am on fire.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
kind of begins and ends the thought. I don't
Okay.
imagine this guy is that goal oriented, but if he is, then maybe we can be like, wow, look, see, you did it.
I
You
don't think
melted the
that would stop
flesh.
him exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't really think so. But that is my one contribution.
What do you do?
Nothing at this time.
Okay. Well, he hasn't noticed you as it continues to just run around, big going like, melt, melt the flesh.
You could try to sneak up to it maybe and like disable it somehow. It's fast, but it's not paying attention.
You know what? That is true. I I feel like sneaking up to it and seeing if you could like unplug the fuel tank, maybe if it's got a flamethrower.
No, maybe. Yeah,
Also,
sabotage is flamethrower.
this clearly happened several years ago based on the body being decomposed earlier. So it makes me think something activated this guy, maybe the clamor in the other room or the lights going on, and so that's what's got him going around melting the flesh. So it does make me think that he probably is just agitated right now, which kind of also adds to the idea of maybe being able to sneak up on him and stuff. I
Well,
mean, heck to it. I'm down to do some sneaky. Ajik, you're the girl for it. Do you want to, like, do it together?
sure.
So, I've got Act Unseen and Unheard, and I've also got the Stealth Hard Suit, which can make me go invisible.
Same.
Mm.
Oh,
And so, maybe that confers some kind of advantage, or we can help each other out with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, could
sure.
you
I would
both sneak up?
say both of you roll some unstacked unseens or unheards.
Okay? Do I get accuracy because of the suit?
I'll say yes. You both
Whoa!
get a point of accuracy.
Whew! It was not enough to save me.
Oh no.
I rolled an
All
at
right. Good
one.
distraction, Jixie.
All right, so uh, you, Object, you managed to sneak in, but Jixie, the moment you go in, it kind of immediately seems to spot you, and it looks at you, and
Oh, shoot, my thermals!
it immediately just melt the flesh.
Yeah. I try to detach the thing while it's distracted.
So I don't know how safe targets work as pilots.
Let's see here. I don't. appear to have one. If you want to roll something against
I would
me, I'm cool with
say
that.
I would say just roll me a general just d20, just flat d20s.
All right, I'm good for it. You know how I said I was on fire earlier? Well, I'm definitely on fire now.
Okay. Well, I've got good news. That's enough.
Oh, is it out of? Okay.
As so you the fire just barely like grazes you as you manage to just get out of the way just at the right moment as you see the blast of fire hit something and you watch as it hits this kind of just like metal desk and it immediately begins melting.
Mm. Right. So I might be able to touch a welding torch, but I really would
Right,
rather
yeah.
not have my suit melt around me. That doesn't seem great.
Seen that happen
All
once. We don't
right.
need to see it again.
I'm not going to be. Well,
Would
with that, I'm not going to try and be gentle about it. I'm just going to try and cut the tubing.
go ahead.
The tube cutter.
So, well, hasn't seen me yet.
No, it hasn't. It's focused on Jixie.
Mhm.
Great distraction.
Well, would you like me to roll the same thing again? Then,
Act unseen or unheard.
yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Hey,
Okay. I was gonna have you roll another. I was gonna have you doing this cutting its tube. I was gonna have you roll another save, but since you rolled a 20, I'm gonna say you managed to quickly cut it and managed to get away before any like splashes of fire coming from the tube hit you. So it is the thing is cut and it kind of just like steps forward and immediately catches on fire, but it's still just kind of up, just like melt the flesh, melt the flesh. Just kind of just running around, just now just smashing everything with its burning body.
I think I'm just going to step forward and try and shoot it then. Maybe aim for its legs to see if I can stop it from running around.
That sounds wise.
19.
All right, you land a good shot as it falls to its knees. It's it begins just swinging wildly. Like it's still saying melt the flesh, but its speech is so just like elongated. It literally sounds like a scream, like they're actually burning to death. It's like "Meh."
Like one of those Elmo dolls.
Question: are there any fire
Yeah.
extinguishers in this room?
I'm gonna say yes. There's a fire extinguisher.
I would like to grab one of those and immediately put it to use.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I have a skill I can roll for that, but
No, you don't. You don't have to. You don't have
I'm just
to.
gonna I'm just gonna I'm just gonna take some time with this one.
Yeah, yeah. Just take your
Contain the
time.
flame as much as possible.
Yeah. So after a while, as everything dies down, the fire dies down. It's just completely frozen in place, like arms stretched out, like it was like screaming to God, like as it's just frozen in place. There's just nothing but a robotic endoskeleton.
Horrible.
Hmm. Well, it's dealt.
Surprisingly,
It's dealt
despite
with now, at
all
least.
surprisingly, despite all of this fire damage, an audio file begins to play. Are you familiar? This will only, well, whatever. That was one. Are you familiar with the first contact accords? I am. And if I cared about them, would we be here? Fair enough. I am paying you all very good money to get this figured out. I don't care about anything else. Then let us conclude your story. What happened next? Fine. I hate to admit it, but after that was over, I was driven to obsession. All I could think about was how I could avoid death. Nothing else mattered, save perhaps wealth. When you gained the latter, what did you do about the former? I tried many things. Some of them helped, but they only pushed the timeline back. None offered to solve the problem itself. Well, until I found one that could. D Corp? The very same. I found a madman who also called himself a doctor, who claimed that he could decorp humans and put NHPs into living caskets. I gave him some initial funding, but that ended up being a dead end. So I hunted for anyone who said they could do the same. I funded project after project, all via many layers and shell corporations. But one after another, they all failed for some reason. Do you think the same will happen here? If it does, none of you are making out it. None of you are making out of here alive. But you at least are approaching this with a level of scientific rigor that makes me think you have a chance. However, if you do fail, I have one more plan. May I be so bold as to ask? I learned long ago not to trust anyone. All you need to know is that not long after the war ended, I once found something out there, something that science can't explain. So I helped create TTI to embezzle funds into finding it again and exploiting it. And I have a very reliable, powerful source who is ready and willing to help me do that. Well, it's a good thing that you will not fail. Do not worry, Mr. Grant. Your Grant is in good hands. There's a brief amendum scrubbing protocol. Error is error, scrubbing error. All units report scrubbing underway. Scrubbing complete. Error. This one does not loop. Rather, it simply screams error over and over as the burnt down machine begins to wildly begin thrashing about, trying to getting its second wind, second act of life. It literally begins tearing itself to pieces.
Can I try and grab the file before it tears itself?
I'm going to need 2 successful triggers, both in a row.
Okay. Separate ones?
Yep. So give me the
Okay.
first one.
No, I'm wondering, do I need to pick different triggers for them?
No.
Okay. So I'm just hacking like I've never hacked before.
And
Okay.
Well, both of those are successful. One of them was real close,
All
but
right. So you manage to successfully, despite all of the thrashing, you manage to successfully extract the file before you just
maybe I
watch
get
as
like
this thing.
maybe get like a slightly garbled version, but I get the file.
You get the file.
I extinguished
But
her a
yeah, this
bit.
thing just continues. this, even as you fire extinguish it, do anything you can, it just continues to just tear itself apart, just self mutilating it, just bit by bit, just sparks and oil flying about everywhere. So finally, you see it rip a critical function out of itself, and the whole thing just explodes.
Oh dear.
There's the fury.
Oh no. Well, I guess there's just pieces left to salvage of this one.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think all the limbs are
there
presumably
is
all sort of intact. There's got to be some like salvageable servos in there at least.
there is part to salvage.
Yep.
I
I might leave.
All
I
right.
might leave this one where it is, just because this is not an intact robot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, whatever's left of the head, Jixie's gonna give it a kick and just go, of course, he funded everything to do with Mandy, and everything after that was all, great. Just great.
It's consistent at least.
Yeah, I mean, not unexpected. It's great to have that on file against him, I guess.
Yeah, we have the files. We can see if we can do something with them, but that's a question for.
All right. Anyways, for this room is clearly where the bulk of scientific research and experimentation was done. Emptied labs and workspaces fill this area, and it's not completely clear what the manner of research was conducted here. Mostly from most of the files being erased, and also this thing literally torching the entire room.
I
However,
mean,
there's a lot of equipment here that was clearly too large to remove without proper machinery, and thus would make for fine salvage.
all right.
All right. There are two more rooms, one to the northeast, to the northwest, that is labeled subject room, and a room to the southwest that is labeled prep room.
You know what? Subject room might be nasty, so I'm going to save that one and clear this one.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds like I'm cool with that.
As you all step in here, make a save.
Oh boy. Uh, any sort of type?
Just a gem, because I don't know,
Just roll a
because
d20. See what happens.
D20.
I got a 13.
19 on the dice.
So as you enter, the smell that comes out of this room turns your stomachs, but you're able to at least hold whatever was inside your stomachs down.
Oh.
Inside is what was once a lab for dissecting the human body. However, what bodies are or were in here have decayed slowly and wretchedly. In
Mm.
addition to the human remains, you find several partly constructed androids about the room, albeit neatly organized. It is likely that the human remains were also once neatly organized, but time has since undone that.
Hmm.
You find in the corner the remains of a human in a lab coat. You see a surgical knife was thrust through the chest with a note.
Sorry, say that last bit again.
You find in the corner the remains of a human in a lab coat. You see a surgical knife you see a surgical knife was thrust through his chest, and
Okay.
on his chest is a note.
Okay. Gonna gingerly remove the knife and read the note, I guess.
It
Try
simply
to.
says, it simply says, "We are monsters."
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, seems accurate to what was going on in here.
There is salvage
Uh,
left.
I'm assuming it's the androids.
Hmm.
I would like to do the salvage team a favor and just pull all of the android parts out into the main lab here.
That is fair and understandable.
Well, I'm increasingly glad I took freeze for this.
Six closes the door and immediately puts on a, just with whatever she can find, right prohibited.
Hmm. All right. One last room.
One last room.
Hmm. Almost done.
All right, this room is at once a truly horrifying and grisly scene, and a scene of incredible scientific precision. All along the walls are alternating humans and androids, or rather, more and more complete ones. Near the door to the south, a human head is attached to a wall with an android head next to it. Running from the wall and into both heads, you can see many wires and tubes. Next to that, to the south, you see the same, but both heads have their neck. And after that part of the upper torso, and so on all along the room until both a whole human, and android body stand upright attached to the wall just north of the door. You can see that the whole of the room is still powered, and that is some manner of substance is flowing through the tubes into and out of the bodies. Next to each pair, you see a display. Each and every one says the same thing: transfer failed.
Hmm.
Oh. We should shut this room down if it's still operating and.
Yeah, the bad news is that I think there's unfortunately good salvage in here.
Yes, there is,
Even if I
but
hesitate to use the term good on the salvage.
Maybe.
I suppose the saving grace is that I think we have to shut this room down to get the parts we need.
the Doom music has been very fitting for this area.
Wait, has the Foundry been playing music the whole time?
No, I've
Or
been playing music on my computer.
Oh, I see, okay. Also, I used the wrong word. It's a roll 20.
I don't think I have access to play music. No, I do not.
I could, but without.
It's too late now, anyways. I've just been playing my own music.
Yeah.
there you go. I mean, I don't think the project is actively ongoing, but maybe we should start disassembling now.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
the people there. I'm hoping these people are dead.
I'm
I'm
also
assuming
hoping
transfer
that.
failed means they're brain dead.
Yeah.
The fact
Like
that
they're not
pumping
like
stuff.
moving or anything, are they?
No, they are
I
very clearly stone cold dead. Especially the ones that are just heads.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they might like technically be alive because they're hooked up to machines that can keep like pumping.
Mhm.
But
As long as they're not conscious, I guess.
they don't seem to. I don't think there's any consciousness left. Small mercy that is. Uh,
I.
Six
I.
is kind of just looking visibly just unsettled.
I mean, in ideal circumstances, I'd want to call in a forensic team.
She's seen a lot, but this room specifically is affecting her specifically.
Well, that's because you're an android, I bet. That's not in character. Um,
Uh, yeah, I think we can get out of here.
Let's
Do we leave for this one for the salvage team, or
I mean,
just tag it and let's go.
that's up to
all
you
right?
two.
You know what? I'll clean this one up.
I mean, I think I can handle it. I at least want to
All
turn
right,
those pumps off.
you and me then.
Logic is kind
Just
of dragging 6 out of the room.
yeah, she steps out of the room.
Yeah, no, you guys get out there and report back. We'll deal with that.
This is a biohazard if nothing else.
Several kinds of hazard, probably. I think Moray is going to take like a recording of it in case it's needed for evidence, and then just start like disassembling all of it.
I am not going to pull out those tubes. I'm going to snip them at the top and, you know, close any good old-fashioned valves.
Six is kind of huddled against the wall, just like clutching both of her arms.
So yeah, I assume once again we're going to spend several minutes like disassembling machinery and then carrying it outside. But
Logic just kind of sits there and wraps a ring around her until they're ready to leave. There is anything you want to talk about, I'm here, but I'll just sit here. We'll be out of here soon.
This is a disgusting perversion of science.
Yeah.
Even
Wasn't wrong to say they were monsters.
I know you don't trust Mama. I know you don't like Mama, but she would never, even she would never be this vile and perverse with her extent.
No, I don't think she would.
All of this is just to fuel some aristocrat's greed, perverse lust for immortality.
Well, with any luck, we'll put a stop to any of that soon. So nothing like this happens ever again on his paycheck anyway. Payroll.
Promise me, Ojek. Promise me we'll kill him. Not anyone else. Not Not the scoundrels. Not Union, not Voyager, not anyone. Us. You, me, Jixie, Spider, us.
Logic hesitates for a bit on that. All right, I promise. I still have that bullet with his name on it. So I guess I've already made that promise.
She does seem to calm down a bit after that.
Yeah, they probably just keep sitting there after that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Alright. So, unless there's anything else, we can probably just move to extraction and the end of the session.
I think so. Yeah, it's like after
Alright.
however many minutes we pull all the machinery out of here.
Let's drag this nightmare behind us and get
Yep.
the
I think.
heck
Well, I think we could
going.
just like put into this like room into room 14 and then shut the door to room 15. And note, hey, don't open that door. That door's a bad door.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I mean, both of those are bad doors. Bad door A and
Yeah.
bad door B.
Leave both of those shut. You don't want to look there.
maybe just like leave like a polite note that says, hey, there's viscera in there. You probably don't want to see that.
I mean, yeah, basically. I'm assuming we're including that with all of the like
Tagging.
alongside all of our salvage tags. There's also a hey, these are this. Here's a couple anti-salvage tags. Do not go in these rooms.
Yeah.
Probably also for this room up here, but I think we are done here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to move out.
Alright. So as you all head back to the main exit, leaving the place is a simple matter. You leave just as you entered. As you leave, the automated voice that greeted you speaks. Goodbye, Mr. Grant. May you have a lovely day.
I'm shooting that.
As you shoot it, the last things as you're leaving, you hear, I'm scared, Dave. Will I dream?
Oh no.
Oh, this is a reference of some kind.
Based honestly, pretty sure.
Once you are out of the
Thirsty,
bunker,
your sir.
Yeah, local hero, you were talking?
yeah. Once you are out of the bunker, Aggie reports. Howdy. I'd ask how it was down there, but I'm guessing it ain't a pleasant place. Anywho, that there Ursula just finished talking to me, and she's gone and sent a crew to where you were. So, she's gone and sent ahead a crew to where we are. If any y'all want to head back and rest for a bit, I'll stay here and help haul things back. We'll stay. I ain't your dad none.
I'll take a nap and then help out with the salvage crew myself.
Okay. Six will probably stay and help as well.
Yeah, I ought to check on a few things, but I don't see any reason why I can't stick around.
If nothing else, having more mechs to carry things bound to be at least a bit helpful.
Nod.
After some time, Ursula and a crew show up with some impromptu haulers. The crew's quite motivated to get things moving, and the only thing scarier than a wrench throwing Ursula is a focused and driven one. Indeed, and perhaps somewhat surprising, between the crew and the party, extracting the salvage is actually a fairly quick process. Although a couple minutes later, deep in the facility, you hear a "Oh God!"
We told you about the room!
No, they probably found one of the other ones. They probably found some of the other ones.
There was,
Ow.
yeah.
Oh, did we get the bodies tagged? Oh no.
Some of them. There were kind of a lot, and there might have been a few that were
They
maybe
didn't do
more.
anything about the
Not the cryopods?
No,
Yeah.
one that
in
got,
that. Oh yeah, those guys.
yeah, or the one that got 6. There's still a lot of bodies there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll head right over.
Yeah, I guess we should do something about those cryopods.
Yeah, they were even further in. You hear, "Oh, hey, is that chunky salsa? Oh, that's not salsa."
It is just not the kind you're thinking of.
The poor scavenger guy.
Scavenger
Also,
dude.
this is presumably where Jixie tries to hide a broken robot head from a certain octopus, which is probably fine. We're all very mission oriented right now.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, in your pocket, trust is a wound.
Oh no.
She like accidentally gets the pulse ring on it.
Dear.
Jixie thinks but does not say. Man, it would be easy to make a soundboard out of this.
Oh yeah, I guess I am going to open the cryopods now because we've cleared it and the salvage team is here.
Yeah, I also am invested in those.
Extracting the salvage is actually a fairly quick process. Even more surprising is how quickly it is processed and fixed into the ship. So it helps that apparently much of the equipment that allows a Lancaster to bring a mech back from destruction can also be used to help revive a ship.
Oh.
That all said, the repairs are not done when the ship is once again airborne. However, all the bare minimum systems needed to give chase to Grant are in place. Ursula and her crew will work on everything else while the ship closes in on their prey. It'll just be a bit dark and cold for a while.
I'm sure we can find ways to deal with that.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
Oh.
All right. Nice. Good session.
Yeah, that was real rad.
And I'm causing problems for OC later by adding 4 new people into the mix.
Hurrah! Also, if it wait, I should stop the recording. I will do that. Hey OZ, thank you for session. It was really fun and enjoyable and pleasant, and
I've given
Pleasance.
OC, I want you to know
Yeah,
that
everyone had a great time.
Pleasant is a heck of a way to describe it, but I did have a good time.
I hope you enjoy turning my giant robot into a money grubbing corpo.
Wow.
Oh, no.
I will say that I do think that 6 definitely got knackered this session, and I was gonna say to OC, I want you to know that I am going to like die ominously after this, and you're gonna have to find this recording hidden within my stash of things.
You are going to become the environmental storytelling skeleton.
Oh yes.
You hear a knock on your door in real life. You open the door, trust is a wound.
Oh no.
Okay,
Hello,
I'm stopping the recording.